Hi. At first glance, this topic might seem very simple or unimportant. However, to you, my friend, have the right art supplies, especially if you're a sensitive person. Now, choosing the right art supplies can deeply impact a sensitive artist's nervous system. Many of us naturally spend time in art stores, not just to buy art materials, but because the environment itself feels calming and regulating. I remember visiting art and stationery shops whenever I felt overstimulated and just needed a break from a routine. These spaces can feel incredibly soothing, almost like stepping away from our everyday chaos. So, is there a connection really between art supplies and emotional regulation? Well, I think there is. So, let's explore how different art materials can support a sensitive person's nervous system. By the way, I personally use basic acrylic paints, canvas paper, A4 size drawing books, and old brushes to make abstract art. But that's my thing, that helps my nervous system. But today I have created a video with a list of art materials that are options for you, especially if you're a beginner artist or an artist who's exploring art materials specifically to soothe your nervous system. So let's begin. The first one is tactile and grounding art materials. And these materials offer sensory input and resistance, helping us to ground ourselves, especially if we are overstimulated. For example, modeling clay and air dry clay. If you keep kneading clay, folding, shaping clay, there are chances that our repressed emotions can be processed. And then there's kinetic sand. Simply moving our fingers through this kinetic sand can help us feel soothed. And then there's soft pastels or crayons. Crushing soft pastels and making art can feel quite relaxing and soothing. And people also use textured fabrics, and if you use them in a way that are haphazard, it can actually create non-linear thinking in our mind. And what are some paints that can be used? Well, watercolors, so famous watercolors, right? And watercolors, because its fluidity is so high, it flows more so than other types of paints, because of which it can help our thoughts slow down, our pace of our mind to slow down. And like me, if you're somebody who's into acrylic paints, they're fast drying, versatile, and beginner friendly. And I personally love using them because they dry easily. They're not really hard to use even, and come in different colors, which makes it beautiful. But I know that there are some artists who love oil paints, and these oil paints are good for people who are very patient and like to take their own time to paint, because oil paints take a lot of time to dry down. And of course, we can use structured tools, different types of tools like fine liner pens and gel pens to make intricate patterns, mandalas, neurographic art. We can also use coloring books and mandalas, again, where our nervous system, our mind, can release perfectionism and just explore different patterns that can give it a change. And then again, there are low stimulation art tools. For example, glitter jars. You can just take a jar, fill in water, put in some glitter, put in some decorative items, and just watching it can feel both calming and energizing at the same time. And you can use adaptive tools like large-handed brushes, palette knives, sponge rollers, worn-out brushes even. Personally, old brushes are my favorite and are like my comfort tool. So you do you, right? And we can also use nature-based materials, like we can include seeds, leaves, bark, stems of plants in our painting and artwork, which can connect us to nature and again help us feel grounded and soothed. And we can also use different types of paper right? We've spoken about paints, we've spoken about what can be included, but how about just basic paper? There are so many different types of paper. You can use A4 size paper, A5 size paper, A3 size paper. You can use a cotton sheet paper, papers that are made out of cotton, that is, or you can use paper that is huge. You get these massive, humongous sized papers, almost the size of, say, a big tile. And you can paint, you can express yourself. And personally, I love having more surface area when I have a lot to say to my canvas or canvas sheet. Again, the different types of canvases that you can purchase. It depends on what suits your day, your mood, your emotion, and what you want to create. And how is your nervous system feeling on that particular day? Does it need a lot of space to express itself, or does it need just a tiny space? Also, I forgot to mention, there's something really funky called the Buddha board. I don't know if you've come across it. I've dropped a link for it, a tutorial for it in the description of this video. So it's apparently a board, very funky. I don't have it, but I have seen it and I felt that I should share it. So it's a board where you can use a brush to paint, but if you don't like it, you can erase it, the whole artwork. It's like a Kindle, but you can erase your art and keep it temporarily available for you to view, and you can make different strokes. It doesn't have to be perfect again. So if you're somebody who wants to paint, not be perfect, and erase it and make something else, you can check out the Buddha board as well. So those were a list of a few art materials that I find artists, sensitive people can use to just start off to understand what art materials suit their nervous system, right? And let's talk about what are my favorite art supplies. So I am a very basic artist, no fuss artist, and all I need is the freedom to choose my paint color, and I need my old brushes. So I haven't changed my paint brush, I think it's been a year now, and I use the same brushes, or probably even more, because with old brushes the texture of the artwork is very different in comparison to the brushes that have new bristles. And I use acrylic paints, and I like to experiment with different colors, and I mix them a lot. And I also use different types of paper, different sizes of paper, more than canvas. And I'm somebody who likes to beat the canvas sheet to express myself, especially if I'm working on a repressed emotion. I like to literally beat the canvas sheet with my old brush, and the whole process gives the artwork a different texture, which I really enjoy. And I also enjoy viewing the textures of the art and really immersing myself in the process of using the art materials to express my emotions or express my thoughts, to slow down my thoughts, regulate my nervous system. And art materials can often do that. Now, if I picked an art material like, say, an oil paint, I would not enjoy the process because I don't like oil paints as much. I find them really difficult to work with. There's a weird smell that comes out of it. I'm not trying to diss people who use oil paints. I'm just saying that it's not for me, and it definitely does not suit my nervous system. And I'm not somebody who sort of inclines towards oil paints. So it's a no-no for me. I'm also not somebody who uses sort of different sizes of brushes, like the thin ones, really thin ones, and the bigger ones. No, I like the big brushes because it gives me more room to express, more paint that I can use, and more paint to express myself. And this is what I'm trying to say, that when we pick the wrong art materials or art supply, we can miss out on actually giving our nervous system the freedom to express itself in a way it's natural, needed, and it really enjoys. And we have to remember the point of painting, especially if you're trying to regulate your nervous system and to soothe yourself, is to allow yourself to use the art material that makes you feel comfortable, your nervous system feel comfortable. So I really emphasize on picking the right art supply for your artwork. I hope this video helps and you resonate with it. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And know that even if you don't have an art material that sort of is your art material right now, you can just visit an art store, make a picnic out of it, like take some snacks or whatever, and go around and see what really speaks to you, what really catches your attention, and use it. Try experimenting a little bit and see what works for your nervous system, and stop comparing yourself with other artists who might be using really funky stuff, or who might be using things or art supplies that are very different from your idea of the perfect art supply for you. And when we stop comparing, that's when we can find our perfect art supply, which will stick around. So stop comparing and go and get to the art store as soon as possible. And if you already have an art supply that you love and you've been working with it for a while and it helps you with regulating your emotions, your nervous system, please be sure to write about it in the comment section below and discuss it with me and share as to what is it, because I'd love to know, and let me know. Yeah. And you must be wondering, who is this person who's talking with me for such a long time, right? So hi, my name is Pranita Rao. I am a former dentist, a published science author, an intuitive abstract artist, and a coach and a healer for highly sensitive people around the world. I have 4 active blogs and a YouTube channel, and I talk about sensitivity, highly sensitive people, intuitive art, Reiki, angels, healing, trees, nature healing, and unicorns. And if these are topics that interest you, you resonate with them, please be sure to check out my blogs. The links for it are in the description of this video, or subscribe to my channel and stay connected. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great day ahead. Bye.